Hello, I am Editor Than Mai. I will provide you with the latest information of the day. Chasing ICE. The mad scramble to track immigration raids across LA County. Giovanni Garcia pulled up to a dusty intersection in Southgate and scoped the scene. It was quiet, just folks walking home from work, but Garcia was among several people drawn there in hopes of bearing witness to one of the federal raids that have unfolded across Los Angeles County in recent days. Just minutes before, several Instagram accounts had posted alerts warning that white pickup trucks with green U.S. Customs and Border Protection markings had been seen near the intersection. With friends loaded into his white Grand Cherokee and a large Mexican flag flying out of the sunroof, this was the sixth day in a row that Garcia, 28, had spent up to 10 hours following such alerts through South LA's immigrant-heavy neighborhoods, fueled by sodas and snacks he picked up at a Northgate market. Garcia's goal, he said, was to catch immigration and customs enforcement or other immigration agents in the act of detaining people on the street. So far, it had been a fruitless chase. I've been doing this for 6 days. It sucks because I get these alerts and go, but I never make it in time, said Garcia, a Mexican-American U.S. citizen who lives in South Central. Monitoring ICE activity has become a grim pastime for some Angelenos. Apps dedicated to the purpose have popped up, which combine with Citizen, Nextdoor, X and other platforms to create a fire hose of unverified, user-generated information about federal movements and operations. Trying to keep up in real time can prove equally exhausting and frustrating. The reports sometimes turn out to be false, and immigration enforcers seem to strike and depart with swift precision, leaving the public little opportunity to respond. It's impossible to determine how many people are engaged in this Sisyphean chase. But they have become a frequent sight in recent days, as anger has grown in response to viral videos of swift and violent apprehensions. A Times reporter and photographer crisscrossed the southern half of LA County, encountering Garcia and other ICE chasers in hot pursuit of federal agents, who constantly seemed one step ahead. A new notification popped up on Garcia's Instagram feed Thursday afternoon. ICE agents had been spotted in a nondescript residential area of Southgate, a city of about 90,000 people, of which more than 40% are foreign-born, according to the U.S. Census. So Garcia put his SUV in gear and sped over. He and his crew were late again. They arrived on a corner about 15 minutes after witnesses say immigration agents with green bulletproof vests and gaiters over their faces had jumped out of vehicles, handcuffed and taken away a man who had sold flowers in front of a ranch-style house there for years. I keep doing this because they're messing with my people, Garcia said. It's no longer about immigration. Trump's no longer targeting criminals, he's targeting Hispanics. It was one of many such raids in South LA in recent days at homes, parks and businesses ranging from a car wash to grocery stores. The people whisked away in incidents captured in photos and videos that bystanders shared online ran the gamut. One man plucked out of a diverse crowd for no discernible reason while walking in Southgate Park. Another handcuffed on the curb outside a Ross clothing store in Bell Gardens. 2 men in Rosemead snatched from the parking lot of a bakery. Workers at a Fashion Nova clothing warehouse in Vernon told The Times that ICE trucks had been spotted in the area, and that they had heard agents plan to confront employees during a shift change. From senior citizens to children, nobody was safe from the federal enforcement effort. Jasmine Vasilio, 35, said she first became concerned when she saw on social media that ICE agents had raided a car wash in Southgate. Then an hour later, saw a post about the flower seller's apprehension. I knew that flower guy is always there and I live nearby, so I drove right over, she said as she stood on the corner where he had been standing 20 minutes earlier. I think they are just picking people up and leaving. A 20-year-old Latino man, who declined to provide his name out of fear of reprisal, said that he has been doing everything he can to spread awareness of what immigration enforcement agents are doing in his Southgate neighborhood and across South LA. I'm a U.S. citizen, so I'm good. I'm worried about other people. It's been heartbreaking, he said as he streamed live from a street in Southgate where CBP agents had been spotted minutes before. According to posts he had seen on Instagram, they are here to work and being torn apart from their families, he said. It's sad. They came here for the American dream, and this is what happens. Teenagers Emmanuel Segura and Jesse Villa said they have spent hours over the past week scrolling through social media and despairing at the seemingly endless stream of videos of people being aggressively detained. They felt helpless in the face of the crackdown, so they planned a protest in the heart of their own community. On Thursday, they took to Atlantic Avenue and Firestone Boulevard in Southgate, where Villa waved a flagpole with both American and Mexican flags affixed to it. They were joined by more than 30 other protesters who chanted slogans and hoisted anti-ICE posters. Drivers honked in support as they passed by. It's kind of scary. They are taking anyone at this point. I just saw that ICE went to a car wash and took 2 people. And those are hard-working people, they are not criminals, Segura, a 15-year-old Southgate resident, said. So we planned the protest to go against ICE, Trump and his administration. Villa, 14, lives in nearby Linwood, where he says everyone he knows is terrified they or someone they care about will be the next person swept up in an ICE raid. The streets are empty. Nobody wants to come outside. And kids don't want to go to school, especially kids who migrated here, Villa said. They're scared going to school in the morning, and worried they'll come home and find out their parents were deported. 5 miles away in Vernon, Manolo stood Thursday morning on the loading dock of the candle-making business he owns as employees loaded boxes of candles into the back of a black SUV. He said he has been following news and rumors of the raids online, and that the fear generated by them and the protests in response have been devastating for his company and other small businesses. Everybody's worried about it, Manolo said, recounting how he had heard that earlier that day ICE had raided a business 2 doors over from his. His company received 0 calls for orders Thursday morning, down from the 50 to 60 it typically receives per day. If the immigration raids and protests haven't wound down by the end of the month, he said he might have to shut down his business. This whole snatching people on the street, they have you on the floor in handcuffs, traumatize you, why? It makes me nervous, of course, said Manolo, a U.S. citizen who moved to the U.S. from Guatemala 33 years ago and declined to give his last name out of fear he and his company could be targeted by law enforcement. And it's not just that, it's affecting businesses, it's affecting people's lives. It affects the economy, law enforcement. It affects your daily routine. When's it going to end? Please like and subscribe to wait for the next information. Goodbye and see you again.